Hi, Cindy Hodden, Executive Editor for Furniture Today here in Las Vegas. We are here with Caroline Hipple of Norwalk Furniture, and we are going to talk not only trends, but the tools that you need to interpret those trends. Caroline, welcome.
Hi, nice to be in Vegas, isn't it? It's warm. Yeah, I know, totally. And it's good to be with you.
You too. So, I want to reference, because we just did a huge trends report in Furniture Today where you spoke with us about some of the things you saw in Europe at Maison. So let's walk through a few of those that are highlights from your trip, and then we'll talk about how we interpreted those here at Market.
That's great. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to start?
Go right ahead. Tell me about those colors first
I know
of all.
the colors are amazing.
Yes.
We've been in the last decade, so much linen and gray and steel blue and navy blue and every color blue. And it's everywhere, in every carpet, every cabinet, every piece of upholstery. And now we're starting to see the counter trend to that starting to come forward. Warm everywhere, warm colors everywhere. And we saw them in many different categories. And so the earth colors are coming forward. Clay, vicuna, cocoa, spicy colors. They're often mixed with a little deep rose, browned rose. Right. Again, think terracotta pot. And so we're seeing that warmth of the earth. But then, of course, the Europeans are so good. They spice it up with a little raspberry or a little citron, and that's what Dixon Bartlett, our Chief Creative Officer, my partner, and I always like to do a little, we call it the HB2 Surprise and Delight. So when it all looks really great, we're like, okay, you need one discordant color to bring it to life. And we learned that from our 25 years of trucking around Europe and looking at the design capitals. And then there was really a lot of green in every shade, often used together, whether it's forest green, fern green, emerald green, even mint, but often accented with crisp black and white. And we've interpreted that in Norwalk, and you'll see it in our showroom upstairs, both the color. And then we've also interpreted the peach and the terracottas, and the bronziness is really important.
Don't you feel like at some point the colors are sort of they'll translate down to a consumer reaction for this desire to feel this hug, as we've talked about? Talk a little about
We're
that.
in this business of making people feel emotion. We say that people do a couple of things when they're buying, I'm in the upholstery business, a sofa or a chair, and they have to do the eye test. Does it look like me? Am I drawn to it? Then they do the tush test, so it has to feel good. So you have to imply comfort even in your design. And then they do the pocketbook test. But we evoke emotion. Homes are places of warmth and family, and people want to feel a certain way, and color is the best way to bring out that, for sure.
I would be remiss if we didn't point out that, there are a lot of people who talk trends, but as we've discussed, you also have to have, I think, the experience and the tools to interpret those trends in a meaningful way. So walk us through a little bit of your process. So you go to Maison, you come back with this huge pool of resources, and then you have to actually translate that into a product. Talk a little about that.
What Dix and I've been going to Maison since the year 2000. I know we're old as dirt, but but what happens is we have this baseline. We've been following color and shape for 25 years, and so in our studio in Atlanta, we watch it emerge. And then because we've been betting our pocketbooks on our inventory, we're not just talking trend, we're buying trend. And I love my friends who talk trend. It's their profession. They're all our friends. So we are meeting them in London or in Paris, and we're saying, what did you see? What did you see? We're all very interested. And then the textile designers are also there, and our friends. Where we all meet in the middle in the Venn diagram is where I know I'm going to buy a successful collection or color. But what we do is we're readers, we're shoppers, we're professional shoppers, not so much personal, but we're looking at all the social media, following all the folks as part of our DNA. It's like folding in a recipe. You bring it in, you test it a little bit. And so when we're doing our textile assortment. So we have a huge board in our studio in Atlanta, and we start pinning up the new colors and the new shapes. And when they take on a certain amount of real estate, we're like, okay, now we're brave enough to bring it. And then we watch how it sells. But in our assortment, we plan for 10% risk. So we have this progressive pattern of introducing the fun. You know.
I think we could talk about this all day long. I love the way you interpret and the tools. So we'll circle back, but I want to thank you for stopping by.
So you're welcome, and come see us upstairs.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks,
Cindy
y'all.
Hodnett from Las Vegas Market. Stay tuned.